Today is Thursday, Parashat Emor, and we're continuing to learn today from Pirkei Avot, which we're going to be reading this coming Shabbat, the 4th chapter. And we're learning now Mishnah Tedvav, which is the 15th Mishnah in this chapter. Rabbi Matya ben Harash Omer, Rabbi Matya ben Harash says, Heve makdim bishlom kol adam. You should be the first one to initiate a greeting to every person. In other words, don't wait until a person greets you before you greet him back, but be the first one to greet the other person. Anybody that you meet, anybody who's even at a lower either social standing or lower Torah learning, or even anybody that you meet, be the first one to greet and to show him kavod, in a sense. By you greeting him, you're showing honor to that person. And it's said in the Gemara that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai never allowed anyone, not a Jewish or not Jewish, anybody, at whatever level the other person was, he never allowed him to greet him first. He was always the first one to greet the other person. And that's what this Mishnah teaches us. That is so important, because when you greet people first, you show them some kind of respect. It promotes peace amongst people. And the Tehillim, it says, Bakesh shalom ve'rodfeu. You should seek peace and pursue peace. And the more you greet people and you show them, give them attention, you show them that you've noticed them, that you wish them well, whether it's a good morning or how are you or shalom, that aspect brings closeness between people, and brings harmony between people, and brings peace between people. And that's something that is very important in any society. And also, as we learned earlier this week, who's the person who earns the respect of others is the one who respects others. So in a way, a greeting is a form of respect that you give to the person that you just met. And Rabbi Matya ben Harash says, be the first to greet the other person that you meet. And be a tail to the lions rather than a head to the foxes. So one meaning of this concept here, be a tail to the lions, it means it's better to be a disciple of people who are wiser than you, people who will be able to teach you, even though you're sitting just as one of the students, but you'll be able to learn from them and you'll be able to progress. Rather than being the head of the foxes, rather than being you teaching those who are not knowledgeable at all, because you're not going to gain much from them. You'll gain a lot more by being a part of a class where you're learning from somebody who knows a lot more than you. So if you choose to teach students who are less proficient than you, then nobody will be there to challenge you. So you'll not progress in your personal studies, and you might even forget some of what you know already. So that's one understanding. But in general, also people have to make choices sometimes. Sometimes the idea of what company to join or what, it's better to be a tail to the lions than the head of the foxes. Figuratively speaking, is that if you're head of the fox, the lion, even if you're the tail of the lion will devour the fox. And therefore it's always better to choose the ones who are at a higher ranking to be part of, rather than the head of the fox of those who are at a lower status or no less. And I think the idea is clear here. Shlomo HaMelech said in a pasuk, "Holech et hachamim yahkam, vero'eh kesinim yeroa," which is related to this idea. Person who follows and subordinates himself to those who are wise and righteous, he'll become wise, because he'll hear their words of wisdom. But a person who just associates himself with those who are foolish, then he will not gain from that, basically. So that's the Mishnah that we learned today from Pirkei Avot, that we're going to read this coming Shabbat in the synagogues. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.